Joe, what did you like most about the performance tonight?
I thought just our will to continue to play, just played through mistakes, played through some tough shot making, just good physicality, and I thought there were some stretches there of really good offensive organization. I thought the guys made some really good rim reads, and thought we defended without fouling. So, pretty good game.
What did you see in terms of competitiveness and also defensively at the rim? A couple block shots on Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, competitiveness was there. All the guys. And then just the willingness to defend on the team. They're a great team. They got really talented players, and one person can't do it by himself. It takes everybody. And we had some really good team defensive possessions and some good team offensive possessions.
Joe, you put up 120 points, but you're saying there were stretches of the good offense. Do you think there's another level for you guys to go offensively?
Yeah, I think so. I think both ends of the floor. I think if you want to get to where you want to get to against teams like this, you can always fight for another level. And so I think the balance of knowing you've done a lot of good things, but also knowing, there's like 10 to 15 possessions, and that's what we've said all year, win or lose. There's 10 to 15 possessions you want to clean up, so just working through those and just having that mindset of like getting better every day.
And when you always like to say that the success looks different every night. This is a night where Jalen was going early, and Derek and maybe Jason wasn't his usual self offensively. Like, is that kind of like fall into what you're saying and where you can go offensively?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, and it's funny, the usual self. Like, I thought he played a overall well-rounded game. Passing, his screening allowed for those other guys to get open looks because of his screening in the half court, and he had some good shots at the rim defensively. So, like you said, success will look different for every night for each player. But at the end of the day, you can't be defined by one thing, and we got to compete at both ends of the floor. I thought our guys did that, for most of the night.
Jared, Justin, Jay. Over here. When Derek takes 12 shots, you've won 21 straight of those now. You haven't lost since January. When you see him taking a lot early on, what does that do for the team, just overall the offense? How does it impact his activity on defense? It's just how important is it for him to be aggressive?
It's important because it means usually the shots that he takes are because we're either out in transition, we set really good screens and he has that, or there's 2-on-1s and we're making extra passes. So I think when those guys get more and more shots, it means we're getting to the different layers of our offense, which is important against a team like this.
And Joe, over here, just to follow up on Derek, he has a career-high 38 the other night, follows it up with 25 and 25. What can you say about the way he's playing for this team right now?
On both ends of the floor. He's the kind of guy that can impact the game differently every night. Whatever the game calls for, he's willing to do, and he's done that, and we need him to continue to do that.
You guys had a tough shooting night in the first half. They had some stretches of really good shot making, but you were able to just kind of control the game anyway, grab control of it then. What about the team allows you to kind of do that and kind of chip away at it and hold on to the game until you're able to get the big run?
Just managing the game. You're always going to go through stretches of shot making and not shot making. It's the other stuff that puts pressure on when you turn it over, when you put guys to the free throw line, when you have empty possessions because of not good shots, and when you give up shots that you don't want to. So I think even with the stretches of, like you said, poor shot making, I thought we were doing all the other stuff really well. I think they only shot 5 free throws in the first half. They only had 5 offensive rebounds or 3 offensive rebounds in the first half, and we only had like 5 or 6 turnovers. And so managing the game on those margins allows us to play through just the typical stretches of the game.
Joe, just a thought on, you talked earlier this week about the difference of you guys having rest versus them coming off Game 7. What did you see from your team from the start and as it progressed as the night went on?
Yeah, highly competitive. Not sharp in every single area, which is naturally going to happen, but highly competitive, highly intentional on trying to execute the things that are important for us for winning.
Over here, Joe. Cornette comes in, gets that block, gave you some fairly spirited minutes. Can you speak to his contributions tonight?
Tremendous. Him, Peyton, X, Sam, those guys, like great minutes by all those guys. Luke, started that off, and it goes back to moments of the regular season. You can't be a good team unless those guys win you games, and they've all played a huge part in winning games, whether it's 4 and 5 nights, back-to-backs, doesn't matter. They bring it, and it's important to have guys like that, and I thought Luke's presence was big for us tonight.
Last few questions, Gary, Carr, then Noah.
Joe, Jalen, 32 points and 18 shots, 1 turnover. Can you kind of touch on his evolution this season? He's just gotten so much better in terms of decision-making, taking care of the ball, just kind of being so efficient.
Yeah, he takes a ton of pride in just growing as a player every year, every game, every day. Spends a lot of time on it. He's not afraid to go after something that he knows he can improve on, which I think is huge for his growth mindset. And like you said, he has involved his ability to pick and choose his spots, when to play in transition. He had a couple times where he scored in transition, and 2 plays later he slowed it down, went mid-pick and roll, and made the right play. I think the growth of him, even if he scores 6 or 8 in a row and he gets into the paint, it's a pass.